Good evening. You're watching Falcon Update right here on Yellow Breeches Television. I'm Emma Dingus.
And I'm Rosie Schiano.
This upcoming weekend is a greatly anticipated one for Messiah University. Homecoming is taking over campus with the annual 5K run, Whiteout March, and plenty of sporting events. Be on the lookout for the festivities.
Messiah students gathered in Brubaker Auditorium to dance the night away at this year's homecoming dance. The night was full of a plethora of fun activities for the students. From dance floor to the photo booth to the buffet table, it was a night to remember. The DJ blasted anywhere from music from the 2000s to current pop. There was no shortage of dancing from the crowd. The night ended with a confetti showering the dance floor to the song Mr. Brightside.
Hi, I'm Mina Rodriguez. I'm the wellness executive at SAB. There was a lot of people. We had over 350 people throughout the whole dance, which is normally not the turnout, but it was really fun. Mr. Brightside, because we know nobody knows that song and it normally draws in the crowd. We just wanted to do something exciting for the end of the dance.
Homecoming court was announced during the dance. Be on the lookout for a Messiah email for the opportunity to vote for Homecoming King and Queen. They will be announced this weekend.
SAB held their monthly coffee house in Union, where many talented students came out to perform. The Union was full of students who came out to see their fellow peers show off their musical talents. There were a variety of acts, including original songs, rap, and Wii mode. Who knew you could make music with the Wii?
House is an event that we have every single month. So September Coffee House was this month. Last month was first year Coffee House. Next month is actually Sour House, which is going to be on October 13th. So make sure to come out for that. And some of my favorite acts tonight were definitely the last one, I'm Still Standing. It was super duper fun. We got the entire crowd to participate.
The audience enjoyed a variety of acts, and some audience members even participated at the end of the night.
Students may have noticed some new additions to Messiah campuses this year. Jessica Fannin has more information on these construction projects.
Over the summer, Messiah experienced some major additions and renovations.
The two big ones were the projects over at Starry Field that included the Sawyer Pavilion and the new lacrosse stadium. And then next summer includes a renovation of the parking lot and a plaza. The other big project was Noggle. We renovated all the individual dorm rooms, and that's a first phase of a 2-summer project. So next summer, the work will be to do a major renovation of the heating and air conditioning in the public spaces of the building, and then all the public spaces. So the hallways, the lounges, all the bathrooms will get renovated.
And one of the most anticipated,
the replacement of the stairs down to the pit that students have so desperately wanted. So everything that happened at Starry, the lacrosse, Sawyer Pavilion, and what will happen next summer in the parking lot and plaza is 100% donor funded. In Noggle, it's a little different because donors don't want to give to renovations of a dorm. So Messiah occasionally borrows money. This is part of our budgeting process. And when we're done with the 2 phases of that building, the renovations will be about $7.5 million.
I know they had a lot of men on site, trying to work around each other to get everything finished so that it was ready for the field hockey team. You have to enjoy what you do. And, most of the guys I work with, they've been doing it for a number of years. And, you enjoy coming out, every day. You have to take pride in your work. When you walk away from it, you don't want to, oh boy, he did that. You want it to look nice and people appreciate it.
you may have wondered why there's construction by the train tracks.
So Upper Island Township, which is where we're situated, is upgrading their sewer systems. And so it's an aged sewer system, so they're putting new piping through. It just so happens that the pipes run through our property, and that's why they've dug it up and they're installing it. And I think they have about another month worth of work. The students really shouldn't see much construction happening throughout the academic year this year.
For YBTV, I'm Jessica Fannin.
Students had the opportunity to shape, craft, and mold their own clay creation earrings at Clay Earring Workshop. At Jordan Atrium, students molded their earrings out of clay in any shape they wanted, painted them, and fired them in the oven for about an hour until they are ready to wear. Professor Patricia Colon spoke on why she consistently held this event over the past few years.
We have put this event on now for about 5 semesters, I think, and students really enjoy it. They love getting a time to create, and I love seeing what they come up with and their unique ideas. And then they get to wear them, and I get to see them around campus.
For more information on future events like this, follow Messiah SAB on Instagram at Messiah SAB.
Messiah students gathered in the Jordan Klein building for a night of liquid nitrogen ice cream making, hosted by the Chemistry Club. Students had a front row seat to observe how ice cream can be made. With the proper care and attention, liquid nitrogen freezes ice cream within minutes, delivering a smooth coating as the ice cream making stopped. The party continued with students debating chemistry topics. Thought-provoking topics were brought up by the professors of biochemistry, Seth Burkett, as he shared his opinions on chemistry. The Chemistry Club Vice President Liz Vegley told us about the event.
We're holding our event liquid nitrogen for ice cream to show that you can do more than just a lab experiment with chemistry. Liquid nitrogen, it is colorless and tasteless, so it goes well with ice cream.
Information on the Chemistry Club. Visit the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry at messiah.edu.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Falcon Update after the break.
The MSAT at Messiah University is a 2-year master degree that's also paired with students that will be completing the 5-year accelerated MSAT, completing their bachelor's and their master's. We have experienced, dedicated, passionate athletic training faculty that are ready to teach the next generation of athletic trainers, to teach our students how to integrate their faith into their role as a healthcare provider. And we have a strong and growing list of clinical experiences that will allow students to experience athletic training in a variety of settings.
We don't want our students to feel like they have to wait until they've graduated to start serving and meeting the needs of society. So we want students to have an opportunity to work on projects that meet real needs even while they're students in the program. Messiah students are exciting to work with because they understand that God has uniquely gifted them to do something, and they're excited to follow Him in that and to follow Him in their careers.
One of my best moments as a student here at Messiah was when I was traveling to Mexico with a collaboratory.
The collaboratory's business model is that it pairs student teams with either faculty mentors or outside professionals to work on systems that either care for the earth or help disadvantaged people around the world.
I learned so many amazing things about just cultural differences and how to adapt and work alongside, not just how to help someone else, but how to empower them to further their lives and also advance my academics in the process. So that is by far one of my favorite memories from Messiah.
Welcome back to Falcon Update. I'm Emma Dingus.
And I'm Rosie Ciano. What are you looking forward to for this week, Emma?
Well, Rosie, we got a lot going on campus.
We do.
It's homecoming weekend coming up, so
It
there's
is.
a lot. Sadly, I won't be able to participate in any of it because I'm going to be flying to Nashville to visit a friend, which will be great in itself, but not be able to participate in anything going on campus.
Well, Emma, I pray for safe travels, and I hope you have the best weekend in Nashville.
Well, thank you, Rosie. But we do have a busy week ahead of us, and Dylan Hassinger has this week's campus calendar.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Campus Calendar. My name is Dylan Hassinger. We've got a lot of events going on campus this week, so let's go take a look at some of the events that are happening. On Tuesday afternoon, students will have the chance to play virtual reality. Students can address general anxiety, test anxiety, public speaking fears, and overall performance. This is a great way to challenge yourself at playing and meeting new people. This event will be from 4:15 p.m. to 8:15 p.m., and this event will be held in Hostetter Chapel, room 113. Also, the Call of God with Timotheus Pope will be held in Brubaker Auditorium from 9:30 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. The cost is free. On Wednesday, the Career Professional and Development Center is hosting a grad school fair and luncheon. This event will be from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. This event will be held in Brubaker Auditorium. The cost is free and it is open to the public. We also have a Hope Revealed exhibition based on by Amy West Cardoso. This event will be held every day until Friday in the Kleiman Haga building in Achenbach Art Gallery. The times are from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. A reception and a celebration will be held from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for Messiah Homecoming. On Friday and Saturday, Sean Matthews is hosting an event named Histories. There is a reception going on at 4:30 p.m. on October 4th. This event will be from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and will be held at the Kleiman Haga and High Centers Gallery. This event will be, you guessed it, free and open to the public. On Saturday and Sunday, the Poor Man Black Box Theater in the Kleiman Haga building will be hosting By the Bog of Cats. This event will be from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are $10, $7 for Messiah students, so please make sure that you bring your Messiah ID. This event will be so much fun. Be sure to attend. That is all for this week's edition of Campus Calendar. I hope you all are getting ready to welcome in the spooky season of October very soon. Now go and have a great week. For YBTV, I'm Dylan Hassinger.
Thank you, Dylan. Let's see what James Hellman has to report for this week's Falcon Forecast.
Rosie, Emma, thank you for the warm introduction. As always, great to see you guys behind the desk having a good time. And we are going to look at this week's Falcon Forecast with what the temperature is right now. 65 degrees out, so really it's a nice, comfortable temperature, but once again, we see that it's raining. It's been raining for about the last week. Since last Monday, I don't think I've seen the sun. It was a nice high temperature today, not going to get too cold either, but we have seen about 0.07 inches, I'm sorry, of rain over the last couple of days, and that theme is going to continue here as we move into our Tuesday planner. Looking at Tuesday, just going to be much of the same. Cold in the morning at about 48 degrees, and then it is going to get nicer throughout the day, 62, 66. Still going to hover around a comfortable 65 at nighttime, but it is just going to be potentially raining throughout the day. About a 40% to 50% chance. And then as we're going to look through this week's surface map, so as you can see, this is for about the next 3 days. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we have that darker storm cloud area, and then that's also for tonight. And then as we come in, it's going to get lighter. The light green means that the rain is still there, but not as heavy. And then you see it becomes blank by the end of the week, which is hopefully a good sign. That means that the rain should stay away. And then we are going to move into the rainfall chance here for this week. So we have about a 37% chance down here in Harrisburg for tomorrow. It is going to get up to around closer to hovering around 50% when we move into the afternoon hours of Tuesday. But then that is going to lead us into our rainfall totals, which, as you see, for the next day, we've already had about 0.07 inches over the last day and a half. We're going to get about 0.02 more down here. Much of the central Pennsylvania area is the same. And then as we move into this week's dew points, so normally you want a dew point that's going to hover around 45 to 55. That's going to be the most comfortable. You don't want it to be too dry. But right now, where we are at 61 and then 58, and then really just keeping at the high 50s, low 60s for the rest of the week, it's going to mean that it's really damp out, really muggy. It's not going to be the most comfortable of setting outside with fog and just the water. Even as it doesn't rain throughout the rest of the week, as we see here, it's not really going to get any better. But the temperature and the weather will get better as you see Thursday through Sunday, very sunny here. The temperatures are going to be back up to 75, 77. We do have there on Tuesday, it's going to be rainy and still going to be cloudy on Wednesday, but then looking forward into Thursday and the weekend, it's going to be really nice weather as homecoming and just a lot of activities start to get kicking up on campus. We want you to be able to get outside and actually be able to enjoy the beautiful campus we have in Messiah here, so hopefully this weekend is going to allow us to do that. We haven't been able to for a while, and that's going to be everything for this week's Falcon Forecast, sending it back to the desk.
Thanks, James. Now, Rosie, I want to know, is there anything that's on your bucket list that you are just dying to do?
You know, Emma, if I ever become brave enough, I truly want to skydive. I think that would be an amazing experience. And I don't know, just like kind of flying, I think that's awesome. In addition to that, I really, really, really want to go to like Switzerland in the wintertime and just be able to kind of experience like that winter wonderland sort of vibe, if you must. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I have my long-term, my career bucket list goals, you know, whatever those may be.
Yes.
I also was thinking skydiving, so maybe we do that together.
Oh.
Maybe we face that fear together.
That could be a segment.
Maybe we could do it as a segment. There we go. But I also like to have some short-term, you know, bucket list goals.
Yes.
Particularly riding a mechanical bull is what I want to do. I think it would be really fun. But for this week's Falcon on the Street, Katie Murphy asked students around campus what is on their bucket list. Let's see what they had to say.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Murphy, and on this week's edition of Falcon on the Street, we're going to go around and ask people what they want to check off their bucket list.
I would like to travel. That's part of my bucket list. Probably be to own a small, mini Highland cow.
I'd like to live abroad one day.
I just want to pass my stats class.
I would love to produce an album. I have a few ideas and concepts, and to put those in the works would be really great. With designing the cover and organizing storylines that consistently travel through the music, and music that's various, so you don't kind of feel like you're listening to the same sound, but you feel like you're being taken on this journey through the album.
I would love to go fishing in New Zealand.
Chasing a tornado. I've always loved weather when I was a kid. It's just been something part of me, just watching the sheer power of God's creation. It's so mesmerizing. I feel like one day I'm gonna go out in the plains and just after watching that Twisters movie, I gotta say, I feel like I could conquer the world. So yeah, chasing a tornado's on my bucket list. So.
I want to hike the whole Grand Canyon, start at the top and then go down to the bottom and camp out and then come back up. I think it takes a couple of days, so that's what that's on my bucket list that I really want to do.
There are two things on my bucket list that I'm actually checking off in the next 2 weeks, which is 1, running a 5K, and 2, going to a corn maze.
Sounds really exciting. For me, I want to learn how to golf eventually. I'm not sure if that'll ever happen, but that's it for this week's edition of Falcon on the Street. For YBTV, I'm Katie Murphy.
Thanks, Katie. That was great. Charlie Jones will catch us up on a piece of Messiah's history with The Vault.
Good evening and welcome back to The Vault, where I unlock Messiah's history 1 week at a time. I'm your host, Charlie Jones. This past June, Messiah's beloved president, Dr. Kim Phipps, announced her retirement following the end of the 2024-2025 academic year. In light of this news, I want to take a look back at the unique gifts each of Messiah's previous presidents brought to the table. Starting off, our school's first president was one Samuel Rogers Smith, who served from Messiah's founding in 1909 till his untimely death in 1916. He was committed to creating a school that taught and upheld the values of the Brethren in Christ Church. After 2 years of campaigning, Smith became chairman of the board that founded Messiah Bible School and Missionary Training Home in Harrisburg, and he subsequently took up the mantle as Messiah's first president. President Smith gave everything he could to ensure the school's success, even going as far as to use his own home as housing for the school's first class of 12 students. When his home wasn't big enough, President Smith donated nearly 5 acres of his own land in Grantham to serve as Messiah's new campus. Following the unexpected passing of President Smith, Christian N. Hostetter became the second president of Messiah University in 1917. Though he was a farmer and a bishop from Lancaster County, Hostetter was well known for his strong convictions and leadership abilities. He refused to accept payment for his services and made his mark on the school by raising Messiah out of a large pit of financial debt and propelling it into a period of financial stability. Under his leadership, Messiah began offering official college courses, making it the second officially ranked junior Bible college in Pennsylvania, thus changing the name to Messiah Bible College. Hostetter requested to resign from his position in 1920 to continue his service as a missionary, but was ultimately rejected until 1922 because of his excellence in serving the college and the fear of what losing him might cost. The history of Messiah's presidency is both interesting and extensive and much too long to put in a single vault. The hard work, dedication, and sacrifice of our school's presidents cannot be understated. Unfortunately, that's all I have time for this week, but please come back next time when I discuss the contributions that the rest of Messiah's presidents have made to this wonderful and historic institution. Until then, I'm Charlie Jones, and I hope you tune in next time when I unlock the vault.
Thanks, Charlie. After the break, James Hellman and Cameron Fisher are catching you up on all Messiah sports. Stay tuned.
Being able to talk about faith and Christianity and what that means is important to me because working in a secular environment, a lot of times questions of ethics and morality come into play. And I think having a faith-based education really equips people and our students to be able to go out into the workforce and be able to serve their communities ethically and morally and be confident about who they are in their Christianity.
The MSAT at Messiah University is this 2-year master degree that's also paired with students that will be completing the 5-year accelerated MSAT, completing their bachelor's and their master's. We have experienced, dedicated, passionate athletic training faculty that are ready to teach the next generation of athletic trainers, to teach our students how to integrate their faith into their role as a healthcare provider. And we have a strong and growing list of clinical experiences that will allow students to experience athletic training in a variety of settings.
Messiah has helped me see my career anew because of the multiple opportunities that I have on campus to travel with the career centers. And so because of that, I've been able to obtain an internship through Messiah, and that's just amazing. I never would have gotten that opportunity without Messiah.
I am so grateful for the ways that Messiah has helped me see my career anew. Thanks to my education and this journey at Messiah, I was able to achieve my goal of being a professor. And so every day I get to share my experiences, my faith, and my education with students.
I've always had a strong love of the business world, but I always wanted to keep on growing my faith. And what Messiah helped me do was pair my faith with business so I could be a Christian in the workplace. The professors were role models of how to do that. What I learned in class taught me the interpersonal skills and the hard skills. Take two things that I loved, my faith and business, and pair that together moving forward.
Absolutely filthy goal there. Boom goes the dynamite.
Welcome to YBTV Sports on Falcon Update. I'm James Hellman.
And I'm Cameron Fisher. It's been quite a busy week for Messiah Athletics, and what better way to get caught up than with this week's edition of the Falcon 4.
On Saturday, the Messiah women's soccer team hit the road as they took on the Knights of Arcadia University. This game was all Falcons as freshman Addie Martin would get the Falcons on the board first while scoring her first collegiate goal for Messiah. So here we're going to see Brittany Laird picks up the ball in the middle. Beautiful flick to Martin, back to Laird, back to Martin. Little hezzy on the defender with the left foot from outside the box. Finds that bottom right corner. Beautiful shot there for Martin's first career goal. Take a look at it again, just really puts the defender on skates there, creates a little bit of separation with that extra touch, and fires it into the bottom right corner. Once again, that was her first career goal, and the Falcons will go on to win big as they defeated Arcadia by a score of 7-0 Martin would bag a second goal for herself, and 5 other Falcons would go on to score as they improved their record to 4-1-3. They'll be back in action on Wednesday at Shenandoah.
For our next highlight, we head to Anderson Field, where the Messiah field hockey team took on Swarthmore College on Wednesday night. The Falcons were coming off of a win against the College of New Jersey last weekend and look to continue their winning ways. Carrie Bear is no stranger to helping the Falcons do just that, as she picked up a nice goal in this highlight. Here we see the keeper for Swarthmore coming out, charging their ball sent in from the sideline to Carrie Bear, sneaks it in the bottom right corner there. As we'll take a closer look at it, perfect placement there for Bear to snipe it in bottom right, or bottom left corner rather. And the Falcons would win this one 4-0 behind the goal from Bear. Field hockey wouldn't end there, end their week there, but I'll let James finish up the action from Anderson Field.
And that's what we're going to do right now as we stay at Anderson Field, where the Messiah field hockey team took on William Smith from New York on Saturday. This game was a tight contest, but sophomore Ellie Lefevre would score this goal in the third quarter in hopes of helping the Falcons to another win. So here, off the set design corner play, Kelsey Heltzel's going to receive the ball, and she's going to fire it in, and it's actually going to be deflected by Lefevre in front of the net. Hard to see on this angle, but we're going to zoom in a little bit there. You see Lefevre getting in front of the keeper there, and as Heltzel takes that shot in, Lefevre's going to get her stick on it, direct it into that bottom left corner, and tack on the tally there. Messiah would defeat the Herons by a score of 3-1. Kelsey Heltzel and Haley Walmer would join Lefevre in the scoring column as the Falcons would add another win to their record, making them 4-4 on the season and giving Coach Brooke Good her 200th career win. Field hockey will take on Rowan in New Jersey on Wednesday night as they hope to get their record above 500.
For our final highlight, let's go inside Hitchcock Arena, where the Messiah women's volleyball team took on Penn College during their tri-match on Saturday. The Falcons would sweep Penn State Berks in their first contest and then look to take down the Wildcats as well. Falcons middle hitter Katie Kissenberry played a big role during the match with this block. Here we see Penn, just nice volley there, perfectly placed, but blocked down by Kissenberry there. And we'll take a closer look at it. Perfectly set up there for Penn, but Kissenberry answers the call with a big block. Messiah would defeat the Wildcats 3-0, and the Falcons' libero Caitlin Labridis picked up her 1,000th career dig in the contest. The Falcons will be back in action tomorrow night as they head to Stevenson University to take on the Mustangs.
Got to say, a couple of great highlights there, as well as a couple of great milestones from Caitlin Labridis and Brooke Good. Congratulations to them once again.
Outside of the milestones for field hockey and volleyball, Saturday also saw Messiah host to the Messiah Invitational for cross country. YBTV Sports has the recap.
The Messiah University men and women's cross country teams hosted the Messiah Invitational this weekend here in Grantham. Sophomore Madison Kimmel, who is having a great start to her second season, spoke about her goals for the year as well as what it means to be running at home.
I'm really excited to run here, one, because it's at Messiah, so we'll have a lot of our friends and family are coming out, and just people from around the community. I think it'll be a really good atmosphere for all the athletes here, and I'm excited to run our course. It's a hard course, but we've been training a lot on it, and we really just picked apart the course and worked on each section to we know where to push it, where to hold back. We know there's good strategy we've developed over the past couple of weeks. So I think putting it all together and racing it as one race, I think we can do really well.
Kimmel emphasized this strategizing as a key part of the team's success.
We run in packs, so we start off together trying to hit certain times, and then if one person feels good is going off, that person just leads the group through the race, and it really just helps, each other, work together, build off of each other, and I think that's why we've been doing so well is because we have a big group, and we're all within 10, there's 5 of us within 20-30 seconds of each other, and that group is really good because we can get consecutive finishes in meets, which is great for points.
Both the men and women's teams finished second overall in the meet, with Kimmel leading the Falcons individually with a top 5 finish. The teams will both be back in action at Grantham in just over a month for the MAC Championships. For YBTV Sports, I'm James Hellman.
Sounds like we have a lot to look forward to this week. That is all for Falcon Update, but stay put. We will be right back after this break with YB Tonight.
Whatever. Anyways, I see that you're hosting YB Tonight again.
Yeah, as you can see, I am. I will be.
Do you need any advice from me about that? Maybe.
No, actually. I learned from my last go around, and I think I'm good. Thank you for offering, though.
Oh, that's good to hear. Anyways, you can wake up now.
Wait, what do you mean I can wake up?
Oh. What is it with this couch and having weird dreams? Good evening and welcome back to YB Tonight. I'm your host, Brandon Cruz. On the show tonight is Chasely Ward and Soraya Boyce, who are both a part of MCC clubs. We have some fun games for them to play after a quick interview. We will see all of that after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Messiah has helped me see my career anew because of the multiple opportunities that I have on campus to travel with the career centers. And so because of that, I've been able to obtain an internship through Messiah, and that's just amazing. I never would have gotten that opportunity without Messiah.
Sort of under the impression that I needed to find like one thing that was my thing, and that there was somehow greater purpose in finding that one thing. But what I learned from studying at Messiah with a liberal arts education, with an education that really dignifies a number of pursuits, was that yes, I'm called to certain things in certain times in my life, but the adventure continues. All the things that God has given us are good things. They all can be ways in which we can further the kingdom, ways in which we can do good in our world. And so the adventure of finding which one to engage in at which time and how to do the best you can with the opportunity before you is one that we should all be enjoying, that God has given us. And that's a perspective that I credit Messiah with helping me form and helping me see.
Messiah definitely gave me an idea of what my future could look like. It gave me a vision for all the possibilities that existed for my life through the example of alumni, other students that were just a little bit ahead of me in coursework, the professors that came before me and maybe have graduated from Messiah. There's just such a community that existed and a model of success that was proven time and time again through Messiah. And so that was kind of one of the reasons why I chose to come here and why I continue to love it.
Welcome back to YB Tonight. I am here with Chasely Ward. Chasely, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
So you are here on behalf of BSU, which is Messiah's Black Student Union, which is part of MCC. Can you just give a quick overview of what BSU does on campus and what it may do under the umbrella of MCC, and what MCC, just all of what MCC does on campus? Not all of what MCC does, because I know they do a lot, but just mainly just what BSU, how they function.
Yeah, so BSU, the Black Student Union, is basically for Black students on campus. Our goal is just to cultivate a community in which everyone can feel welcome and safe and feel like they can truly be themselves. We host a lot of events, actually. We have members meetings every other week at 7 or 8 p.m. in the MCC room. And then we hold things like the giving back with CSA and for like Christmas and stuff like that. And then in February, it's our biggest month. Actually, we're hosting a DC trip. We have the We Matter showcase. We have our BSU dance. And then we're also doing a collab with Student Men this year to have a worship night.
Awesome, yeah, that all sounds great. So you, as I mentioned, you are a part of BSU. Could you describe what your role is for them this year?
Yeah, so I am vice president this year, which is super exciting. And my main role is to basically support the president in whatever needs that he has for me, or just support the club in general.
And is this your first year being the vice president? How long have you been involved with BSU as a whole?
So it's my first year being vice president, but it's my second year being on the cabinet. Last year I was secretary.
Great. And what are some skills and lessons that your position has taught you so far, and what maybe the experience being on the cabinet last year has also taught you, and how have you kind of applied those to other areas in your life?
Being on BSU has definitely helped me to become more flexible, especially this year. I've had to step out of my comfort zone a lot in that aspect. Being vice president, it requires that I kind of pick up where people left off, and that can be a very last minute thing, or I can have a lot of notice, so it's just being very flexible and being available at any notice. And definitely stepping out of my comfort zone and being more social. I've always been more introverted, so really getting out there and just meeting new people and telling them what BSU is all about.
And related to that last point about telling students what BSU is all about, why would you suggest to students to get involved in BSU?
It's just definitely a great way to create a community and great support system. I've definitely felt these past 2 years being on the BSU cabinet has made me feel like I have found a family that I always wished that I had. And it's definitely just a great way to meet new people, get to know different interests of different backgrounds. Yeah, and we just have a lot of fun at our members meetings and even in our cabinet meetings. It's great.
Yeah, and what are a couple ways that you see what BSU does, what effects do you see that having on campus?
I definitely think that there should be more of an impact, but I can see it making baby steps to where we're trying to get it to be this year. But I see just a lot more, I don't know, I would say more of a community outside of MCC and outside of the MCC room in Union, more people socializing outside of classes, and that's so amazing to see. Just people stepping out of their comfort zone, making new friends, and just building that support system for themselves.
Yeah, and you earlier on you mentioned a lot about all the events that BSU has hosted, and I just wanted to know what your favorite event that BSU has held in the past maybe is.
Well, I do love the BSU dance that they hold at the end of February. I'd have to say my favorite event is the We Matter showcase. there's so much talent and so much effort that goes into planning that event. And there's so much art and music and poetry. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and just lastly, do you think, is there anything I really missed? Do you have any, what is the most, recent event you think that's upcoming for BSU, if there are any in the near future?
Yeah, actually, we are having a Hot Wings challenge for members next week in the MCC room on the top floor of Union at 8 p.m. So, yeah, you can look forward to that.
Yeah, I will look forward. I don't know if I would show up. I don't know if I would go to that. I'm not particularly brave when it comes to, spicy food or anything. But thank you for those answers. And coming up after this break, Soraya Boyce is going to join Chase Lee right here on YB Tonight. We'll be right back.
It's very rare to find a Master's of Music program that has this online component along with great flexibility.
The graduate programs in music at Messiah University consist of a Master of Music and Conducting and a Master of Music Education. The graduate program is the largest of its kind that is a NASM accredited program in the United States.
I enjoyed that the program gave me the opportunity to have so many hands-on experiences, even if it was an online class. I was practicing my conducting. I was getting real feedback from professors on how I was doing with those skills.
Messiah University has been teaching online for over 10 years. That gives us the experience that we need to really have those personal moments with our students no matter where they are.
It's flexible and the quality of the education is unparalleled. One of the things that I love the most is that the professors build personal connections with their students.
Time after time, relationships are forged between students and faculty alike, and those relationships stand the test of time.
Messiah has helped me see my career anew because of the multiple opportunities that I have on campus to travel with the career centers. And so because of that, I've been able to obtain an internship through Messiah, and that's just amazing. I never would have gotten that opportunity without Messiah.
Hello and welcome back again to YB Tonight. I'm here with Chase Lee once again, and now Soraya Boyce. Soraya, you are a cabinet member of CSA, our Caribbean Student Association, another MCC club on campus. And Soraya, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good so far. So, like I said, you're involved with CSA, our Caribbean Student Association. What is your role within the club?
So I'm the community organizer for CSA. I oversee all the events that we have planned. So recently, like kickback and members meetings, I just coordinate, and I'm part of decorations and anything that you could think of when it comes to organizing. I'm that girl that does it.
Yeah. And how long have you been involved in leadership or just involved in CSA in general?
So upcoming, this will be my third year being part of CSA and the community organizer, which I've really enjoyed my position for a while now.
And so you've been in this leadership position for a good amount of time now, and how has being in that position with CSA grown you closer in your relationship with the Lord?
It has honestly taught me stillness. You know, being a community organizer, it's a lot of work as a leadership role, especially when I have to oversee and make sure all the requirements are done. And, you know, most of the time the job can be pretty hectic. So honestly, it has developed my relationship with the Lord, just being still and taking it slowness as well. But still, you know, things to get done, but doesn't have to get done in such a rushing manner.
And so, like I said, you've been involved in CSA a while. So what's, in your time with CSA, what has been your favorite part, or if you have a favorite memory or moment?
We just had Zumba recently at Vintner Beach last Saturday morning, and it was really fun. Honestly, my favorite part is seeing how all the students and even the freshmen are coming together and just enjoying our event. Like just catching the glimpse of their smiles and fellowship is really what I enjoy seeing. It makes us feel as if we're family. So that's what I love doing my job.
Yeah. And why, this is a similar question I asked Chase Lee, why would you suggest getting involved in CSA?
Well, CSA is not just only about spreading the Caribbean. We also want to include Christ in it, and we want people to feel a part of Messiah as a family through MCC, through CSA. So I honestly would encourage students to join CSA just to get a taste of the Caribbean and also know that we're a family that loves one another.
And this answered my plan to this next question a bit. How do you see CSA's impact overall on the campus community?
Like I just said before, I see CSA just enjoying fellowship with each other, and not only they're learning about the Caribbean, but they're actually getting a break to take a break from their studies and just having a moment to themselves and with their friends and enjoying some great culture food and just learning more about the Caribbean in general.
Yeah, and is CSA, are they looking for any new cabinet members?
Yes, we are. We will be announcing sign-up soon next semester on our Instagram. So if you want to join, you can definitely check our Instagram bio. We'll definitely put some information out there.
And Chaisley mentioned a lot about the different events that BSU has held and will be holding. Are there any events that CSA is going to be having that students can look forward to in the near future?
Yes, we have 2 events coming up. Actually, October 11th, we have our Guava Island. It's a film that we'll be showing in Klein. And also we have Island Vibes, November 2nd. It's our biggest event, which will be held in Student Union this year again. But we're going to add some new things this year, so I'm very excited for both of these events coming up.
I've been to Island Vibes a couple times. It's always a good time. Do you think is there anything I may have missed? Just, yeah, in general.
Well, you may have missed the mocktails. We're bringing that back again this year, and also we're going to have some performances and some new activities. So if you're coming this year, you're definitely going to have a great time.
Yeah, that all does sound like a great time. Can't wait. And thank you both for answering all of those questions. We're now going to transition to the game portion of our show. We have some minute-to-win-it-esque games lined up for these two to compete against each other in. They're going to get ready, and we will be right back after this break.
We don't want our students to feel like they have to wait until they've graduated to start serving and meeting the needs of society. So we want students to have an opportunity to work on projects that meet real needs even while they're students in the program. Messiah students are exciting to work with because they understand that God has uniquely gifted them to do something, and they're excited to follow Him in that and to follow Him in their careers.
One of my best moments as a student here at Messiah was when I was traveling to Mexico with a collaboratory.
The collaboratory's business model is that it pairs student teams with either faculty mentors or outside professionals to work on systems that either care for the earth or help disadvantaged people around the world.
I learned so many amazing things about just cultural differences and how to adapt and work alongside, not just how to help someone else, but how to empower them to further their lives and also advance my academics in the process. So that is by far one of my favorite memories from Messiah.
Welcome back. I don't know if this is showing up on camera or not, but we have a series of some minute-to-win-it games that these two will be playing to win, obviously. And the first game we have is, I'm sure you all have seen this challenge. It's the cookie face challenge. So y'all are gonna basically just take an Oreo, put it on your face, and the first one to get it in their mouth with just your face wins. Just tip that. Just suck in that. All right. Okay. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. Go. Y'all can start. Okay. So, you can just pick another.
Okay.
This is a lot more difficult than y'all might think, especially.
Almost had it.
as-
No, we're not.
Let's get some encouragement in here. Oh, wait a minute. This is, all right. Oh my goodness.
Not my
Might have it. Oh, close. Oh, almost there. Y'all are getting really close. All right, I think one more attempt each. This isn't going. If you get it right here, you. Oh, that's close. Okay, I think we're good for that. We'll just leave that. We can just leave that at a tie for now. Our next game, as I will get the props ready. Our next game is the M&M straw game, and you just move those to the side. Very professional here. Excuse me. Unopened bag of M&Ms, only the best. And basically, the way this game is going to work is players must use these straws to, let me just pour these out. Make sure try to make these equal as, okay, that's pretty equal. So basically the point of this game is, you need 2 plates. It's very, okay. Basically the way this game works is you're going to use the straws to move the M&Ms one at a time from this plate to that plate, and the person who does that the fastest wins. You can unwrap your straws. All right. Are y'all ready? Go. All right. I may have put too many M&Ms down on the plate, but Chase Lee taking an early lead. This might take a bit. Really is about precision here. Just get the next props ready. Where are there 3? Just all right.
Come on, Sarai, you got this. Pick it up.
All right, it's getting a lot closer now.
All right, here we go. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, I may have miscalculated the amount. I will admit I put too many M&Ms down on the plates, but okay. I don't want to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. Approximately 24. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Chase Lee, you won. By a score of approximately 23, 24-ish to 18, 19-ish approximately. All right, and now we're going to move into our last game. I'm sorry that this is all incredibly chaotic, but our last game is card stacking. So the basic point of this game is both of you will have a deck of cards, and you'll have 2 minutes, give or take, to make the biggest house of cards you can. Your timer starts now. Very, very high intensity. I'm not going to talk as much as to not, oh no, distract you. Oh, I see the Chasely, interesting technique there with bending the cards to give them more structure and stability.
There we go.
Chasely having a good start there. And Soraya has a bit of ground to make up. As I like I didn't think of really the strategy of bending the cards. So, oh, well, well, Paisley lost a couple of support beams there, but.
Let's go, Soraya.
Oh no. A complete collapse there. How much time do we have? Coming into the home stretch, I believe here. Quick rebuild there by Soraya. That comes the very precise there. I like the different sort of design that Soraya is going with as opposed to more traditional house of cards there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And hands away from the cards. That's, oh wow. That's, all right, good job. And good job by both of you in all those games. We can declare pretty definitively Chasely the winner. But you all did great in all 3 games. All the chaos, it was great. Did y'all have a good time?
Good. I had my house fell apart.
Well, thank you all both so much for participating. And that is all we have for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you next week. Have a great night, Messiah.